So I guess God decided that he wanted to be my Valentine. If you watched the last video when God told me to get out, you know that I woke up on a Saturday morning and God told me to get out, basically. And I am just realizing, I kind of knew then, but I didn't really acknowledge it, that it was literally the day after Valentine's Day. And this is how the weekend went. So I got to the hotel, and I think I showed a little bit of the view in the last video. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. God told me I could not watch TV the entire time I was there. And that was not too hard, but I definitely felt it at the end of the night. I left. Scott, first of all, him and I talked about some stuff, personal stuff. But one of the things that he told me to do that I can share, because I feel like maybe someone in the audience needs to do this task. He made me do two things. He made me make a list of all the things that I have that are towards vision and purpose, the vision that he has for my life and the purpose that he's given me, right? And I wrote down all these things, and I realized, number one, I was minimizing some things that I had in my life that he specifically gave me towards vision. How many times do we minimize an accomplishment that we made, not realizing that that is an accomplishment that many other people did not accomplish, something that a lot of other people do. But because it isn't as big as we wanted it to be, or it didn't have the success that we envisioned, somehow we don't include that in a list of things that we've done towards the vision that God has for our life. I found that happening. I also found that some things that he gave me, I was mispurposing. That's not a word. But I was misunderstanding the purpose of the gift. For example, my job. I have a very flexible job. You know, if you watch other videos, there are some things where I work for myself, do some things for myself. And then the new job that God gave me, working for this Christian nonprofit, and I'm able to literally make my own schedule. I come in when I want, I leave when I want, as long as I can say when I'm coming. That's all that matters. And also, it's not a full-time job, which goes right to what God told me, that I'm never going to have a regular full-time job ever again in life. So initially I was like, well, I have a job and it's paying the bills. And he was like, but that's not what I gave you that job for. He was like, I provide your needs, and I can do it through a job. I can do it through the mail. I can do it when you're walking down the street. It's not what I gave you, the job that you have. This is me he's speaking to. That's not what it's for. I gave you not just a good job or a well-paying job, I gave you a flexible job. I gave you a flexible job so that you can work everything in your life around the vision that I have given you. And I was like, oh, yeah. So we definitely talked about some things, and then the next day I had a wonderful night's sleep, went out to eat. Definitely God was there, because I ended up not paying for half of my meal. So basically God was my Valentine. And then that Sunday, I actually went to the Reagan Presidential Library, and I got to see so many. First of all, I got to see the Dead Sea Scrolls. Amazing to see the actual written word of God as it was transcribed. Like, that was amazing. Then I was able to kind of walk through and just see sights, like almost like a tourist. I saw Air Force One and Marine One from 1980 to 1980, 8 or whatever. It was just an amazing sight, and the views were spectacular, absolutely spectacular. It was just a beautiful weekend, and capped it all off with another nice dinner before getting back on the road for another 30 minutes. So to head back to the guest house. And when I tell you this was exactly what I needed, this was exactly what I needed. Revamp, retreat. It's time to get to work. And that's what I'm doing. So I am excited. I'm excited to see what God is going to do. I encourage you to spend time with him in that way. I encourage you, you know what? I say it better in this video. I encourage you to hear God, obey God. Just jump into this relationship with him, all hands. Meet my God. Meet him, because he wants to meet you right where you are.